Today we're talking about effectively building your work experience. Get all the today. I'm gonna tell you news today. So yeah, guys. Samu, happy Friday to you too. Happy Friday. Thank you for coming through, guys. Let's just double tap the screens in the meantime. Let's push the likes up. I'm hoping my internet connection is a little bit stable. This load shedding that we have, that is 1,600 hours of load shedding. Yeah, man. Let's double tap the screen. Unfortunately, I was not able to join this week because of load shedding. Samu, I feel you. Load shedding is a little bit of a schlep. I feel you. I just got out of 4 hours of load shedding. Before that, I had 4 hours of load shedding. So we are in stage 8, but they don't want to tell us that we are in stage 8. These people are not telling us the truth, But yeah, I'm glad you're here. I was not here the whole week as well, Samu. I was here only yesterday and today, But from now on, we move. So yeah, guys, welcome. For those who don't know, we are the Fetch Army. That's what we call in this live. And what this means is that as the Fetch Army, we fetch goals, we fetch dreams, we fetch promotions, right? There are platforms for Bitcoin, there are platforms for entrepreneurs, but there are no platforms for professionals that want to improve their career. And this is the one. This is that one platform, because people that are building their careers, they matter as much as entrepreneurs, they matter as much as forex traders, they matter as much as investors. You guys matter. All of us here, we matter. Okay, and that's why we are doing this live. So guys, today I want to speak to you about effectively building work experience. Okay, work experience is a pain for a lot of people. Lewang Langa, my friend, thank you for coming through. Really appreciate ya. It's good to see you. You and I, we connect a lot, Okti, thank you for coming through. Hashtag Fetch Army. That's who we are. Guys, we use this hashtag a lot. All right. Thank you for double tapping. We're close to 1,000 likes. Let's get to 1,000 likes so that we can kick off, But yeah, guys, in the meantime, just tell me how your week was. Today we're talking about a very important topic. Guys, your work experience is dribbling you. Work experience is dribbling a whole lot of you guys. And today I'm going to give you guys insights from a director's perspective and from a perspective of somebody who's built his career, and tell you what exactly is the story with work experience. I don't think you guys get this story in terms of what work experience is, But yeah, guys, I'm happy to bring you this topic. Next week, I'm going to be speaking about, making it in the workplace. That's what I'm going to be speaking about on Monday, making it in the workplace, guys. There's a little bit of, little information that some of us lack. And that's my job. My job is to pass it on to you. Please, guys, don't forget to visit www.careeremporium.co.za. Go read the blog. I've got some fantastic articles there. I didn't do a blog article this week, but I'm going to be doing this particular blog article on effectively building work experience. And then I'm hoping to upload it this weekend. But yeah, guys, go to careeremporium.co.za. I will also be uploading these lives onto the YouTube channel as well, because a lot of people have been saying that. So I'm going to upload them so that at least we have record. You can go back, you can revisit them. But let's talk about what work experience is. Okay. So you see a post on LinkedIn. Né? I talk about LinkedIn. I don't care about other platforms. You see a post on LinkedIn that says, BCom degree plus 8 years working experience. You look at your qualification. Good, I've got a BCom degree. You look at the experience. Good, I've got the 8 years experience that's required, right? So that means I'm going to get the job. No, I've got bad news for you. It does not mean that, right? The fact that you have the right qualification and then you have the right experience is the minimum requirement. So what it does is it gets you into the interview room. And once you get into the interview room, there's a new fight. Right? And then this is where your Fetch Army spirit needs to come through now, right? Now you're going to fetch, right? You did your application, now you're going to fetch. Afternoon, Balentle. Okay, so let me tell you how this works. When you apply for this job with your BCom degree and your 8 years experience, you've got 100 other people that fit that minimum requirement. So that means we're sitting with 100 people that have 8 years experience and a BCom degree. Siyazwana. That's why in the TikTok that I did yesterday, I said, no, I think it was 2 days ago. When you go for an interview, you are competing with many other candidates. So the 8 years experience and the BCom degree does not say you fit in and you're going to get the job. No, it means there's 100 of you that we're going to be interviewing. That's why we call people in for interviews. Now, what happens during the interview process, right? And then we'll go back to these 3 points and why they're important. In the interview process, I'm going to test, or we are going to test as directors and owners of companies, or HR, whatever, right? We're going to test what has been happening in that 8 years. Is it 8 years experience of improving and showing initiative and being brilliant and being strategic and being effective? Or is it 8 years experience of flying under the radar? Just chilling, Jay. Doing the bare minimum. Nothing has improved about you. That's what we're going to test when we bring you in for an interview. That's why we ask the questions that we ask. Tell us a little bit about your work experience. Tell us a little bit about your work. And then we'll go through your work experiences one by one. Okay, how was your time in this company? Okay, I see you also worked in this company. What happened in this company? If all of your responses are telling me that you were just chilling and not improving and not doing anything, you fall out of that interview process. Don't burn with the facts. Take it easy on us. Dominic, I have to burn. I have to burn you with the facts. All right. So that's what we're going to test. What has been happening in that 8 years? The moment we feel like in that 8 years you were doing focal, you dropped. You're not coming in for the second interview. Forget it. It's goodbye. However, Nanali, thank you for coming through, moderator. However, if in that 8 years, when we ask you questions, you are mentioning things that are telling us that you've been improving. When you started, you were not going to meetings alone, and then you started going to meetings alone. Wow. That's what we're looking for, right? When you started, there's a couple of things that you did, but then you started doing a little bit of personal development, and then now you are the one who is the champion of this particular software that has been introduced into the department. 100%. We are with you. That means your 8 years experience. You've been growing, you've been improving, right? Guys, I'm using 8 years as a benchmark. Obviously, some job need 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but it's the same concept. It is the same concept. So you can't be in a position where your interview 8 years ago and your interview today sound exactly the same. That is not going to happen. So that's why I was saying that a comfort zone is good until it's time to move. And we can pick it up if you've been just doing the bare minimum and just flying under the radar. We can pick it up. You don't have stories of awards. You don't have stories of going to conferences. You don't have stories of changing a process. You don't have a story of anything. All we hear is, yeah, I used to do this. I used to do that. All we hear is you reiterating your roles and responsibilities. So it goes back to the first point. Work experience is not just about years. It's about improving in those years. So currently in your job today, you are building experience for the next one today. Because experience is built daily. Angithi, guys. It's not built yearly. It's built daily. Every day you are at work, you are building work experience. But are you doing it effectively? Right? So that's why I'm saying to you guys, always try to find a process or system that you can change in your department and present it to your boss or whoever the case is. Do a little bit of some courses on Udemy for 250 Rand. You guys don't like spending money. That's another thing. I don't understand that mentality. But anyway, you guys are the Fetch Army, right? You're going to shift that mentality. If on a 250 to go on udemy.com and do a course, go do it. You did an emotional intelligence course on udemy.com. You did all of that, right? That shows that your skills are improving. That's why when people are saying to me, yeah, but coach, LinkedIn courses are not accredited. Udemy courses are not accredited. It's not about the accreditation. Imagine when you are sitting in an interview and you said, I improved this particular skill of mine by going to Udemy, etc., right? Or if you don't spend money, you can say, I got myself a mentor. I got myself a coach in the last 8 years. And then these are the skills that me and my coach worked on. This is something that me and my mentor worked on. So when you're sitting in a job interview, you're mentioning those things, to me, it says your experience has been effective. It's not just about years, but you constantly improved yourself. You will go to the next round of interviews. So to everybody who might be here and you are flying under the radar, you're keeping your head down, you're not doing anything in your work experience. Somebody was laughing here. They even put laughing emojis in a live that I did some time ago. And they said, yeah, I mean, I'd rather do the bare minimum. And then they put laughing faces. And I was like, it's funny now. Trevor Noah, with your jokes, it's funny now. But we will see what happens when you sit in your next interview. We will see how that is going to go. Right? So work experience is about improving yourself. I've mentioned a few things. Udemy, getting a coach, getting a mentor, right? Working with other people, right? Putting your hand up, right? Attending conferences, right? Taking workshops seriously that are offered for free at work or whatever the case is. Okay. So that becomes very important that in that 8 years, it will come across in an interview, right? Ngibamba laphi point number 1. Sizobuya kuyo. Re tlo spina vie ko point number 1. All right. Let's get into point number 2. Now, if you build your career vision board, you already know if you are trying to be a member of Exco, you are trying to be, a chief executive officer or a specialist or a manager or a supervisor, whatever the case is, you already know what kind of skills are required during that experience. So the post will say, 8 years experience, become degree, right? And then they'll start listing the attributes and the skills. So when they list the attributes and the skills, you guys have seen the attributes, right? Must be able to work independently, must have high emotional intelligence, must be able to to support people. What else do they mention? They mention a number of things, right? So you see the qualities, the characteristics, and the attributes. And then they mention the skills, right? High project management skills, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you've got your career vision board, you know what needs to happen. Or you need to learn a specific software. Let's say, for example, when you look at your job description, some of these things, it does not give you an opportunity to learn them, right? Guys, you know what your job description is, ain't it? We all know what our job description is. It's that paper that we get given that says these are your duties and responsibilities. So you find that in those duties and responsibilities, there's no opportunity for you to learn this particular software, which is what you need to learn in order to get yourself into this management position. You don't just sit and say, my current job description does not give me an opportunity to learn this particular thing, this particular skill, this particular attribute. You have to start looking outside of your job description. So what I mean by this is, if you can start working with a different department that uses that particular software, you are not doing it formally as part of your job description, but it does not change the fact that you are doing it. So when I used to work, I used to have friends in IT. And that's where networking within the workplace comes from. I was in a consulting department, but I had friends in the IT department. Because I knew the way they programmed this particular scorecard that we were using, I needed to understand the back end of it. So what's stopping me from going to that guy from IT? We had a couple of boardrooms at work and say to him, listen, do you mind Gausa Nega 2 that we meet? I need you to show me a little bit of the back end. This guy shows me the back end. I start making notes. We do that once a week. That is work experience. I get it's at work. Doesn't matter if it's directly linked to your job description or not. You understand what I'm saying? It does not mean because it's not part of your job description, then it's not part of work experience. It's part of work experience. You put it in your CV. All right, you put it in your CV. It's part and parcel of your CV. So a lot of you guys think when we're talking about work experience, we're talking about stuff that's under your job description only. Anything you learn outside, guys, you put it on your CV. I used to hang out with the sales guys and sit with them as they're doing sales calls Because I knew in the kind of job that I am, a big attribute or skill that's required for me to become a manager was sales. But I was a consultant, which does not give me an opportunity to do sales. So I didn't sit and say, you know what, I will never get sales for the rest of my life because clearly my consulting position doesn't allow me to do sales. So you know what, I'm just going to sit and cry. That's not what the Fetch Army does. We will go fetch that experience somewhere else in a different department. If it requires you to have a little bit of marketing knowledge, network in your workplace. There's a marketing team. Go chill with them. If it needs a little bit of graphic design, network with a graphic designing team. You don't need to go to school and do courses. You take that, you write it in your CV under your current job description. When you are putting your, I get it when you're doing your CV and your LinkedIn profile, you say, currently working here at Standard Bank, right? And then you put your duties and responsibilities. When you put your duties and responsibilities, put that sales as a duty and responsibility as well, and put it under skills as well. Because you did it, right? After I hung out with the sales team, I used to do sales calls. I was not asked as per my job description to do sales calls. I was doing them on my own because I wanted to test what that is like. I put that as my role and responsibility. Whether I've been given it work or not, I've given it to myself. Let's open our minds, guys. We need to think next level, right? So you can gain work experience outside of your job description, but it's going to require you to network. Networkani espanini, guys. Don't just sit in your department. All right. Point number 3. Thank you to everybody who's been following, guys. I appreciate it. Point number 3 is you need to keep volunteering to build your work experience, right? So point number 3 basically speaks to where your job description does not give you an opportunity to learn a particular skill or quality or attribute, right? And then you are struggling to network internally in order to get that. Then screw it. Let's go get it at church if you're involved in church. Say to church people, can I be responsible for your marketing? Right? Can I be responsible for if maybe you have limited scope? Right? So you work in the accounting field. You want to be a chartered accountant. You know what skills are required. Right? So when you go to church, you're saying, fine, at work, they only allow me to do account receivables. But because I understand how accounting works, when I go to church, I'm going to do the general ledgers. You get what I'm saying? So, because that's where I can get an opportunity to do it, or find a non-profit organization, find a small spaza shop. I don't care. Go fetch that experience somewhere outside the organization. But when you put it in your CV, you put it under your current job description, where you work. Are we opening up our minds, guys? Do you understand where I'm going with this? So 8 years experience of being a dead horse will not take you anywhere. 8 years experience of just chilling and doing nothing is not going to take you anywhere, because when you come for an interview, we will test that experience. And if you've been doing nothing, we will pick it up. And once we pick it up, this is goodbye. But the Fetch Army, I'm telling you, the Fetch Army is going to implement all of this because you guys are the Fetch Army. You guys are my people. We do things differently. We don't do things according to books. Yes, we do. You make a whole lot of sense. Thank you, Sbu. This is impactful. Thank you, Ntatisi. I'll call you Ntati. Thank you. So, guys, I need us to open up our minds, man, when it comes to these things. This thing is easy, guys. This thing is easy peasy, guys. Moving from entry level to executive position, it's easy peasy, guys. But the thing is, you must keep rolling. You must keep playing in the mud. You must keep finding tricks. How do I navigate this? Bantima experience this side, kekenagara. Banglish experience ngayi, mpuma ngayi. That's what we need to do. We constantly need to be freaking resourceful. Resourceful, guys. So no more, guys, to Monday, we're changing our mindset again. If you've just been floating, just rolling around the Garo skateboard, if that's what you've been doing Monday, let's change it. You build experience every day. Every day has to be a learning opportunity. And guys, it's beautiful. We're changing our mindset today. You know what? Lebohang does not even delay. Lebohang is saying to me, Coach, Monday for in. We're not going to do that. Monday is too far. Thank you, Lebohang. You see, Lebohang, guys, is committing now, today. So I want all of you guys to commit now, today, guys. Now, today. Guys, put yourself in a position where you can be disappointed. Because running away from disappointment is not going to grow you. It's not going to grow you. You understand what I'm saying? You need to put yourself in a position where you're going to be disappointed. Go for those interviews, get rejected, go home, cry, stand up. Yes, I'm changing it today. I landed to your page today. Okay, Lauren, welcome to the Fetch Army. You are now the Fetch Army. We fetch, we don't play around. We fetch, we don't play around. So guys, put yourselves in positions where you can be disappointed. Put yourself in positions where you can be disappointed. Running away from disappointment as if it's going to kill you. You know, there's no grave airing somebody like disappointment. There's no grave like that. So you have to put yourself in those positions. You have to try. You try these things, you go for an interview, you fail, you get up, you move. Because what do you lose from being disappointed? Guys, sometimes it's makwala. What do you lose from being disappointed? If you shoot for a bigger position and you don't get it, you go back to your old job where you're still making money. What did you lose? Honestly speaking. Because we're not talking about resigning and staying at home and looking for the next job. If you don't get it, then you're unemployed. We're talking about now, I get it now, Labereko. You guys work now, right? You're taking care of bills right now, right? You take leave to go for an interview because you've been improving your skills. You go for the interview, you fail it. You come back to your job. That still allows you to pay bills, right? What exactly did you lose? Tell me one thing you lost, right? Except for your ego a little bit, you know? Maybe ego is shy a little bit, but ego you rebuild, man. So there's this anxiety behind disappointment that we need to get rid of, man. Come on. Successful people are born for disappointment because you go through so many disappointments before you nail it. I'll tell you a story. One day, here's Sbu. Now, tired and wanting to be an executive. Sbu gave out a live Luena. Lebohang, let's do it. Let's do it, Lebohang. You know, let's push. Let's do the live. You know. So me going there. Yes, true. The anxiety is pulling us back. Exactly. Nothing to lose, but power and pride regain you to exactly. Guys, disappointment is not that bad. It's not that bad. Guys, I'm telling you, disappointment is not that bad. Kodwa Coach Bogu all along. I was here. You know, I was here. I was just trying to understand what my audience is looking for. And I see you guys are actually liking what I'm delivering. So that's 100% good, you know? So I have been listening to you and what you're saying is power. Chef, thank you so much. Guys, I really appreciate it. Donkey, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you guys. All right. So guys, here's me, tired and telling myself I want to be an executive now. I come up with this big plan that I thought was going to work in terms of sales in the office, right? And sales was not even part of my job, but I was like, I'm going to impress how we can get clients. You know, how we can use a particular constituency in order to make things happen. This is me. I was about 30 years old that time, or 31. And I'm ready to be an executive now. I draw up this big plan. I put it in a PowerPoint presentation. I print it. I make it nice. I come to work smelling good. I go to one of the executives. I go to her office. She's not there. The her PA says, you can leave it on her table. I put it on her table. I'm like, yeah, Ziakala Manjege. This is my time to move up. About 2 hours later, I get a call from the PA says, no, she's here now. You can come through. I went through the office. I sat down on the chair and that executive looked at me and took my PowerPoint presentation that I printed and she tore it up in front of my face and she threw it in my bin, in her bin. And she said to me, this is junk. It's not what I'm looking for. You carry on doing whatever you were doing. I walked out of that office disappointed and embarrassed. Disappointed and embarrassed. I mean, she tore that thing right in front of my face. I walked out of there disappointed and embarrassed. But on hindsight, when I started making bigger moves and became an executive at age 35, and I was a board member of 5 non-profit organizations, and I was living the life, I said I needed to go through that. Because I was competing at a different level there. And at that level, they will tear up your presentations. I was no longer a baby playing where people are like, and they, sort of like tiptoeing around your feelings. I understood that day what it means, to be an executive. It's ruthless. I went for an interview on Wednesday. I was so nervous, but they called me for a second interview. Guys, Angie Kati is going for her second interview. You know how we do in this community, right? Mbalente is already saying good luck, dropping the fire emojis. Guys, Angie Kati, I need fire emojis for her. I need the good luck messages for her. Guys, please. She's part of our Fetch Army. We want her to understand when she gets in that interview room, she's not walking alone. Right? You are walking with us. As you walk in there, you are walking with us. Guys, whoever's got interviews coming up next week, but right now we're looking at Angie. And guys, I need those fire emojis. I need all the best for her. Guys, if you don't do that, then you don't belong to the Fetch Army. The Fetch Army, we celebrate each other. You don't sit here and say, abanye baya improve, tina sisele, and then bombastic side eye, and then you don't support. We don't do that here. Whether we know you for a day, we know you for 2 days, we tell you all the best, we put fire emojis, and you guys have been impressive. Thank you so much. Angie, you're going to nail it. You are going to kill it. Chef, thank you so much for the roses. This is a beautiful community. Here we celebrate each other. We don't play. Look at that, man. Look at those fire emojis. People are doing fantastic things here. People are doing fantastic things here. And that's what we want. But guys, put yourself in a position of disappointment. It will not hurt you. Put yourself in a position of disappointment. That's the only way you can know if you're in the right direction or not. If nothing is validating, guys, listen, failure is the one thing that will validate you bluntly and frankly. Because failure, it does not nurse your feelings. Failure tells you straight up, you screwed up. That's the only way you improve. Right? Body boyfriend that's alone and lady girlfriend that's alone. Sometimes they lie. I get it. It's love. It's love, guys. You have to say, hey, baby, you're doing fantastic, And you believe that. So when you get into the big league, like that lady who tore up my presentation, they're not babying you. You get what I'm saying? So guys, please put yourself in that position. So I'm going to reiterate these points very quickly. Angie, you're getting so much love. Guys, I'm so proud of you. What you're doing for Angie is brilliant, guys. I'm so proud of you guys. We need this. We need this, everybody. Guys, it's lonely. When you build your career, it's lonely. My client yesterday, she got into her first executive position and she did a session with me. And then she said to me, Coach, I didn't know it was this lonely. I did not know being a director is this lonely. I said, babes, listen to me. It does not matter. Success is not a group assignment. It's not a group assignment success. It's a one-man assignment. And you guys are going to get to places where you need to start doing solo assignments. Once you move up, it's no longer group assignment. So the group gossiping, it won't help you anymore in the kitchen, right? The group jooting each other and saying, yeah, you know what, we're not coming to work on Friday. It stops working. It stops working at some point. And those group assignments, they don't serve you anymore. You have to get into individual assignments, right? Undergrad, you do a lot of group assignments. When you do your master's and your PhD, you're doing your dissertation. How many people do you do it with? It's a one-man job. The more you go up, the more your assignments become solo assignments. So guys, don't forget, careeremporium.co.za. Go check out the blog. If you want to book a one-on-one session, we can sort out your LinkedIn profile. If you're looking for career strategy, promotion strategy, interview strategy, a growth strategy, even if you are a freelancer, right? You are not exactly working for somebody, you are a freelancer. Come through. I do freelance coaching as well. But let me run through these 3 points again so that Gutisi work experience is not just about years, it's about improving in those years. So in the years, what you need to be doing is you need to be upskilling yourself. Get yourself a mentor. Watch good YouTube videos. Learn how to code yourself. Learn how to do process analysis yourself. University of YouTube is there right in front of you. TikTok has so many videos that can teach you a whole lot of stuff, right? You can't just come to TikTok and laugh every day. There's important information as well. Improve yourself. Udemy.com. Keep paleo 250, guys. Not that much. And buy a course on Udemy. You can buy one once a month. It improves your skills. All right. So there's a lot that you can do to improve yourself. If in your 8 years experience or your 4 years experience, you have not been improving, it's going to come out in an interview. Right. As is one in lab. Number 2, you can gain work experience outside your job description. If your job description does not allow you to learn a particular skill, network within your company and start collaborating with other departments. Make friends in other departments, in marketing, whatever, so that they can teach you these new things. Make friends, right? Don't just hang out with the friends that you gossip with in the kitchen when you're making coffee and in the cafeteria. Number 3, if you cannot gain the work experience in the workplace, go look for it outside, which means go and volunteer. That volunteer experience is very important. Why do you think on LinkedIn they allow you to put your volunteering experience and the skills that came with it? Because volunteering is key. For me, you have to keep volunteering. That's for me. You have to keep volunteering. I'm a public speaker, and I need to constantly show that I'm in touch with public speaking. So there's a lot of gigs that I volunteer to do for free, so that I can show that my public speaking skills, they keep improving. Otherwise, I will not be invited on radio, TV, or speaking gigs that are bigger, right? So you have to find your experience outside. So you need to keep volunteering. Now, this sounds like a lot of work. I know. You're looking at this and you're thinking this is a lot of work. What is not a lot of work? Everything is a lot of work. Even that Netflix that you watch and then binge watching because you don't want to do anything, that's a lot of work too. Guys, we're close to 20K likes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is a nice Friday present for me, for us to get to 20K likes, So let's double tap the screen. Let's push them up. So that we can let TikTok know that the Fetch Army is something serious, guys. The Fetch Army is all of us here. All of us here with the Fetch Army. So guys, let me know now. I'm going to open up questions if you've got any questions. Unfortunately, I can't take requests, but you can type your questions in the comments, right? Tell me about these 3 points and tell me what you're thinking. Are you feeling comfortable, right? And guys, you must remember, because every day I do a masterclass and every day I give you homework, I repost it in the WhatsApp group. So go join the WhatsApp group on keriaemporium.co.za. If you're struggling, please inbox Nana Lee and then speak to her, and then she'll assist you. She's been adding a couple of people in the WhatsApp group, right? So I will repost it in this WhatsApp group. I'm going to start putting these on YouTube as well. I'm going to go to the Career Emporium Instagram page. I post these snaps as well. So yeah, through that, everything is a lot of work. Dressing up to go to a party is, thank you very much. Libs, do you know the queue to the bottle store, that it's a lot of work, but we stand. I will stand there. It's a lot of work to drive, get in your car and bath and drive and pass by robots and go to the bottle store and all of that. It's a lot, but we do it. So why can't we do this? I feel sorry for everyone trying to study remotely right now. I know, Brendan, it's so sad because they're getting hit by 4 hours after 4 hours after 4 hours. We're in stage 8, but they don't want to tell us. How do you volunteer? Do you pitch through email? Mbalentle, volunteering, you can do it in 2 ways. Go onto LinkedIn and search volunteering opportunities. Sometimes you'll find the ones that are ready-made. And then you can apply for them, and then you can go in as a volunteer. Alternatively, you can approach, you can fetch, right? With the Fetch Army, you can fetch. Inbox, right? If you see a non-profit organization on Facebook, inbox them. If you see them here on TikTok, inbox them. If you see them on LinkedIn, inbox them, right? Or if you are passing by their offices and you're like, hey, there's an organization that works with children and I like children. Or there's an organization that works with dogs and I love dogs. Just walk in and say, hey, listen, yeah, I'd like to find out a thing or two. Would you guys take volunteers? And volunteering, guys, does not have to be every day. You can volunteer twice a month, on a Saturday or on a Sunday, and then that's it. But that experience that you're going to write on your CV is going to carry so much weight. Guys, I'm telling you, it's going to carry so much weight. if there's just constant improvement, and when you mention this in your LinkedIn about section, and when you put this on your LinkedIn, right? And when you mention it in an interview, I'm telling you guys, and you volunteer twice a month for 2 hours. 1 hour on the first week, on the first Sunday of the month, 1 hour on the last Sunday of the month. It sounds like something simple, like, guys, just 1 hour, 1 hour. Guys, when you mention it and the things that you are learning, what have you learned from your volunteering experience? Then you mentioned, like, no, because I'm working with children, I've learned a lot of empathy. I feel like my emotional intelligence has increased, and then it also taught me a lot about patience and, my time management, because I have to do things in a space of an hour. My time management is effective. And because I have to set up the day, I'm learning good project management skills. Do you hear how that sounds? Do you hear how that sounds? Rather than, yeah, I just go to this place on Sunday and then I volunteer and then I do twice a month, then I'm done. You see, learn the difference between the two, right? Learn interview talk. Interview talk is not mentioning things in passing. It's not that. It's truly getting into the details of it. That's where people fall short in interviews, right? You become very boring in an interview that we don't remember you. But yeah, I've been learning a lot. One of the most interesting facts for me, and then you give them a did you know? One of the interesting facts for me is, did you know that the law, the Children's Act, actually allows for children to A, B, C, and D? Damn. You killed them. Drop mic. You need to drop punchlines. That's what interviews are for. You need to drop 2 or 3 punchlines, and then you can carry on with the normal questions. How do you handle pressure? How do you actually, when you are nailing your interview correctly, they actually even stop asking all of these boring interview questions. Now they ask you about you and your volunteering experience, and you are the best person to speak about it. So please, guys, make sure. Khopotso, thank you for coming through. I see you. So please, guys, don't sit in a work environment and be a dead horse, and you're not improving your experience over the years, and you think it's funny and you think it's fun just to sit around, sit back, relax, and do nothing. And those kinds of people are the first to complain. Astoli nama promotion la, astoli nama promotion la. And then I hear the stories all the time. Coach, I'm tired of where I work. But whenever I look outside and I put through my application, I fail each and every interview. The world is unfair to me. No, it's not that the world is unfair to you. At the current workplace, because you hate it so much, you don't work. So your skills are not improving. Actually, even the skills that are required for the current job, I'm not even speaking about the skills that you improve. I'm talking about the skills that are required for this current job. Even those skills, you don't have them. So when you go outside for an interview, they see what a disaster you are to your current company. So they also don't want you. What do you want if you want to be wanted? What do you do? I get you look good. And then you smell good. Right? That's what you do. You look good and then you smell good. If you want to be wanted. Guys, I always define the job seeking experience like mjolo. That's how I always define it. If you want to be attractive and you want somebody to court you, you get out of there looking beautiful, looking clean, showing people that, hey, I'm here. That's the same thing. You need to attract employers, except the makeup in this instance is the skills. But Tobile, thank you so much. Chef, thank you so much. I see you guys. Thank you for the gifts. You understand what I'm saying? Your skills must be attractive. Your makeup is skills. The more beautiful your skills look, the more your skills smell good, the more your skills improve. Your skills get frontal, get manala, get this, get that. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, Kitty. It's in Jollington, this thing. You need to be attractive, right? And then, what do you guys do? And then you look clean and then you look fresh. What do? You take that, you post it on Instagram, I get, so that people can see you. So the equivalent of that, LinkedIn. You've gained these skills. Those skills are your makeup, they are your frontal, they are your shoes, they are your pens, right? So you take now all of those skills and your experience and you put it on your LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn is your Instagram for employers. That's where they see you. That's where they see that your work experience has been colorful. It's been amazing. It's courtship. So sitting and saying, yeah, they don't want me. And the reason why they don't want me, it's the same arrogance, like guys are not asking me out or girls are not asking me out. They must have a problem. Imagine being that kind of person. Sorry, my phone was ringing. So imagine being that kind of person. You blame everybody else for not asking you out. You haven't asked yourself, maybe I'm not smelling right. Maybe I'm not dressing right. Maybe I'm not looking good. Where not everything is another person's problem. You have 100 guys that are not asking you out or 100 women that are not asking you out. And all 100 of them, it's their problem. How is it that all employers are a problem to you or potential employers? All of them are trying to... So somehow all of them have conspired that if Sbusiso comes for an interview, we all fail him. They held a secret meeting somewhere. And they held a secret meeting and they said in the secret meeting, guys, here's a picture of Sbusiso. When he comes for an interview, everybody must say no. It's like there's a council of saying no to Sbusiso. Guys, come on, don't play that. It's because you are sitting in your current position, you are not doing anything to improve yourself. Wow, it's my first time here. Just come across this live and I'm blown away. Mabel, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Tavi saying thank you so much as well. Guys, you are now part of the Fetch Army. I hope you're following me. The Fetch Army, we do things differently. Hey, level up. Thank you for coming through. I see you. I see you there. Okay, so guys, please take care of these 3 things and keep improving your experience. Keep improving your experience, guys. Okay, it's very, very important. So go to the blog, go read. I've got some fantastic articles, right? How to improve, how to stand up in a job interview using 2 steps. You guys are trying to find 10 steps to be good at job interviews. 2 steps, literally. I've got it on the blog. I can show you guys. 21.1k likes. Thank you so much. You guys are too friendly, too nice. Kuli, so hi. Thank you for coming through. All right. So guys, do you have any questions around work experience? And guys, please ask me serious questions. Ne? Don't ask me, how can I get a job without work experience? Don't ask me that, because I already told you, even if you are a graduate, if you graduated today, please go volunteer immediately. Go volunteer immediately, right? And start upskilling yourself with free courses immediately. Because that will be that, instead of saying I've been sitting at home for a year, the employers are going to look at your CV and they're going to say you have a year's experience of doing something. Right? Does a low salary disadvantage one when job seeking? It does not. It does not. You must remember, sa.co.za, you are selling your skills to companies, right? You are selling your skills to companies. So whatever skill you bring on the table, the company will decide how much it's worth. But you must negotiate how much it's worth, right? So let me tell you what happens with a lot of these people that end up getting a low salary or that are matched on their current salary. It's because the company does not see any bigger value. When I was at a later point of my career and then I was getting headhunted, my previous salary did not even matter. It was a matter of, in order to keep this guy, how much do we give him? How much do we give this guy? Like, let's come up with a good number for this one, because this one is a resource. You guys can tell. You can see he's been improving his skills. He's been improving his experience. He's the thought leader. You can see. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're just going there at the interview and you're like, I was operational, I was doing administration, and then there's nothing spicy about it, they'll probably just want to give you 1,000 rands more, right? So it's about, there's a bigger history to salary negotiation, guys. Don't look at it as just money. It's not a monetary thing. It's a psych thing. It's a mentality thing. It's an experience thing. There's a lot of things in there. Last questions. At interviews, do we have any... okay, Libs, I think your question is not complete. I'm currently volunteering for 4 years at a NOO and still in permanent employment. Listen to that. You see, now Agile is being agile. Currently volunteering for 4 years at an NPO and still in permanent employment. You understand what I'm saying, guys? You don't stop. Do you have any questions for us? Can you turn that back to add more additional info about self? Gibbs, your question is, I'm struggling to get it. Are you saying, do you have any questions for us? Questions that you must answer. Okay, we'll speak about that. I'm not understanding. My company was liquidated. I had to work with the liquidator in claims department. I can put that in. Oh, Octi, listen, that's good. That is good. You see now, you are thinking outside the box because you worked with somebody. So you worked in that project, right? And then you worked with it from bottom to top. Octi, you have to add that. You have to add that liquidation experience. You have to add it. So you see, guys, when you work with people, some of you guys go to meetings with your bosses, right? There's a different way of putting that, like you have to put it like I was responsible for going to meetings, or you can say responsible for stakeholder engagement, because you and your boss were going to meetings together to engage stakeholders. So you can call it stakeholder engagement, guys. You see, you think outside the box. Anything that you do, guys, you can't do things for people mahala. At least the least you can do is capitalize on it when it comes to your work experience. Capitalize on something. So somebody can't keep giving you projects and saying to you, especially when you're at the support role, right? Your admin, your intern, your officer, and etc. You understand what I'm saying? Especially when you're there, people keep giving you stuff. Please do this for me. Please capture this for me. Please capture. You guys don't put that in. There's a data capturing element into it. There's a data analysis element into it. You must write it in big English. Go Google, find the big English, data analysis, process evaluation. If somebody comes to you and says, listen, I've written these processes and then I just need you to just double check for me as an intern or whatever, right? Or as an administrator. Just check for me if the rows and everything is sitting properly. Go put it as process analysis. You understand? You have to do it. The space was too short. Had to split my questions in two parts. I'll try and read it again. Say it in figures. After you've said all to sell yourself, how do I answer that one? Kindly help. After you've said all to sell yourself. Yo, guys, I'm struggling. I don't know if maybe it's my eyes are deceiving me, or I'm not reading properly, or maybe I had too much lunch. Sorry, guys. Please repeat your question. Reread your questions, and you can just repeat them. But guys, are we comfortable? Are we happy? Guys, make sure that you are following me now and become part of the Fetch Army so that you can also see my content, right? I've changed my content a little bit. I don't talk too much in my content anymore. I just give you guys snippets of what's important. Always read the captions, right? And then please go to careeremporium.co.za if you want to book a session, and then we can do that. $199 for your LinkedIn, $450 for your career strategy. Come through, guys. Guys, invest in yourselves. Invest in yourselves. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, if you don't have any questions for me, I'm going to close the live. But before I close the live, you guys know how we do. There you go. Octi knows what day it is, what time it is, right? You guys must put in hashtag Fetch Army in the comments for me. And then make sure, $450 can easily be spent at McDonald's these days. I'm telling you, Lebohang. Get Jinli Dash even, So guys, please put in hashtag Fetch Army in the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the Fetch Army. Let's do that while I give you guys shout outs. Please make sure that you put in the hashtag Fetch Army in the comments. Then I'm going to run through your names and I'm going to give you guys shout outs. But Tobile, my chief queen moderator, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Libs, thank you for engaging. I might have missed your questions, but you can inbox me. Noktula, Julia, I see you. And Tati, thank you for coming through. I see you. Nompomelelo, I see you. Dominic, thank you for giving me the compliments. Thank you so much. Ali, MTSH, I see you. Nana Lee, my friend. Skimse, guys, I see you. Agile, I see you. Thank you for coming through. Ntabi saying, I see you. Gatli312, I see you. Lauren, thank you for engaging. I see you. User4833, I wish I knew your name. Please go change your name so that I can give you a proper shout out. As well as user3250, guys, go change your name. Mama Gashaka, I see you. NG Kati, I see you. Lebohang Langa, Skim Saka, my friend, superstar. I see you. Kopoto, thank you so much for inspiring us to go to gym. I see you. Mohao, I see you. Kitty, I see you. Don't forget, Kitty. This thing is Twanalim Jolo, it can't dribble us. Okti, thank you for engaging so much. I see you. Kabelo, I see you. She Grows, I see you. Mabel, I see you. Mo, I see you. Mimi, I see you. SA Job Leads, I see you. Is SA Job Leads Upskill with Nom? I think so. Balentle, thank you for engaging. I see you. Kitsi, I see you. Nompumelelo, I see you. Level up, my man. I see you. I see you pushing those lives. I will join one day. I promise you. Kuliso, I see you. Chifiwa, thank you for coming through. The lady with the heart and the black face, I wish you put your name there. But orange top, blonde hair, I see you. I saw you yesterday as well. Daka the berry, the sweeter the juice, I see you. Harriet Mamej, I see you. Samu, thank you for engaging. I see you. CY, I see you. Mosa, I see you. Sinekuku, I see you. Bongi Wehonono, I see you. Lebza, Wahavila, I see you. Edmond, I see you. Toby, my friend, I see you. I'll see you also when we groove later on, at that other live of ours. JR, I see you. Ntombiga, I see you. Kolile, I see you. Maya, I see you. Guys, thank you so much for tapping the screens. Thank you so much for 23K likes. Thank you so much for the hashtag Fetch Army. I will see you guys in the next one. Monday, we're talking about the workplace and how you can be effective in the workplace. Guys, I love you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. I want to see you all on Monday. Mwah, mwah, mwah.